video. Today you join me back at Kimbolton in the middle of Storm Darragh. So we're going to see what happens today. The absolute pouring rain. It's about -1 degrees and it's very windy, but let's see what we can do. Join me on the track walk. We're covered in a flooded track. Whether it still goes on today, I don't even know, but we'll see what happens. So we're here in the KZ, and whether I don't even know, to be honest. It is absolutely freezing, that's the one thing I do know. And the track is pretty flooded, so it could be a pretty tough day. It's either going to be a day where we're going to be driving and it's going to be tough conditions, or we're going to end up crashing, and it's not going to be good. So it's been entertaining video for you guys. I'm going to finish up this track walk, check out some of the rest of the track, because there's a lot of water on the track and we don't want to, crash with the water like I did last year.
No! George is gone!
So, we'll check out the track walk and very bad. So, let's get into today's video. And this is the lovely cruise conditions if anyone live by European forest. This is the conditions that get at the end during Christmas time. Certainly not fun, definitely not. Social media gives us Christmas
Storm Darragh is expected to hit over the weekend. It is the first red warning since January. The Met Office says there will be strong and damaging winds across parts of Wales and southwest England. Amber and yellow warnings are also...
Right, so we're about to go out for our first session. Only 6.5 minutes of driving. Conditions are getting a bit better, but it's still freezing, and the track is still part flooded. So we're going to see what we can do out on circuit. Currently out is X30s, so about 2 more sessions and we'll be out. Only 6.5 minutes, so not long, but it's a very busy day, and obviously with the clock's going back and the sky getting darker, they have to do this. So let's get into session 1. Right, so we just completed the first session. It's absolutely freezing out there, but unfortunately the GoPro didn't work for some reason, but hopefully it should be working for next session. It was absolutely soaking, and we were quite alright pace. I mean, obviously the first session, but we were one of the fastest for the first time. We were actually one of the fastest on track. Did a little spin midway through, got it going again, overtook another couple of people. So overall it was a good first session. Whether it stays with us or whether people are just running in or going slow for that session, we'll see. So let's get into the second session. Right, so into a cold and damp session 2. I've got the condom on and I'm going to go onto the grid now, and as you can see to the left we've got Bo Phillips on the Tony KART KZ. In front is Jake Weston, and to the side of that is Hannah Lang. Now we're going to get it going and make sure it starts. And in front of Hannah Lang we've got Dan McKern, who is a very fast driver as well. All these drivers on this grid are pretty fast. Well, a solid 6 of them are, and then there's me and a couple others. But we're going to see what we can do. Obviously, in the first session we had really strong pace. We were faster than most people, and it was unusual. it's first time in the wet as well, so really weird. We're going to head out the pit lane now, passing Hannah, passing Jake, and feeling very confident as we're going to go through the S's now, full curb on that inside. And so we've had a really good start for some reason to the day. I mean, we've never been this fast. We've never been fast enough to, well, be on the same pace as Jake Weston, who's also on brand new tyres at the moment. He is the person that was on course to be third in the British Championship after, just before breaking his arm or fracturing it. And we've suddenly had the pace today. Or, well, for now, we've got the pace to beat him. I don't know what it is, but for some reason in the wet I seem to come alive. Well, I have so far. I mean, we've only done 2 sessions and we've been incredibly fast, and not even sure why. But if we do compare my times from today, the 45.2s, well, tomorrow, or I should say Sunday, because it's now Monday, they were still doing times which were similar to me. And this is people who are winning around me. We could, if we were to have raced yesterday, I'm getting myself in a muddle now. If we were to have raced yesterday, we might have been able to fight for a podium. We might have been able to fight for 4th at least. And that is something that we've never been able to achieve before. And, you know, that'd be a great result, obviously. So, we've definitely got potential in KZ, you know. I know there's been rounds where we've been, you know, 30 seconds off the pace. And now, we're literally on the same pace, which is pretty incredible. Now we've got Sam Ward who's going to pass us on the new wet tyre. Sorry, I don't think slick tyres will be passing me. And you're going to see how he just gets out of the corner so much quicker. He's got just more power and launch out that corner, but he's going to go a bit wide. And as you can see, he's going to go off onto the grass. Going to cost him about 5 seconds there. Now, whilst I speak, on my rear bumper is the number 16 of Jake Weston, and I do feel pressure from him as he is on brand new tyres, and obviously he is a much quicker driver. So we're going to see what we can still do, and currently we are holding him back. Now we've also got Sam Ward, who did just fail the attempt of passing me, and he is going to be chasing us down rapidly as well, as I'll probably cause a roadblock for Jake and Sam. But we're coming through here, and as you can see, we're just sliding out, which is not what others are doing, and maybe it's because I'm changing gears too slow, but then if I did change gears too quick it'd walk out the corner. So it was a bit confusing. I mean, again, my tyres are very, very, very old. My pressures were perfect, but the tyres were just really old, and a lot of people here today had brand new tyres. As you can see there, we're going a lot, very wide understeer. Now through the final corner here, we took a much different line to other people, but at the same time we've got Sam Ward coming up at us again, and you're going to see, as much as we've got a really strong pace, Sam Ward is a much quicker driver even in these wet conditions, and you're going to see how much he pulls away. Now I understand he's on much newer tyres than me, but as you can see, he's just going to pull away from us, and we're going to get a bit sliding and wiggly out of these corners in the KZ. Again, this is my second session in the wet in a 50 horsepower kart. I've raced this thing for 9 months, but I've never driven it in the wet. Well, I've driven it in the wet with slicks, but not through a storm. So it is going okay, and I think now we're going to have Jake Weston having a go at us, and he is going to get through now this lap. So not much more really happened that session, to be honest. It was a good session, obviously, really positive, and came in with high confidence. You're going to see in a bit what happens in the rest of the day, but yeah, we had a lot of confidence after this session, thinking, well, we're one of the ones to beat, because we're lapping the same lap times as people on brand new tyres, and us four now at this point Jake has pulled away so far that we can't see him. Well, I could see him whilst I was driving, but you people can't see him on the camera. Well, maybe you can, but just a little blob, as he is about 5-6 seconds in front now. But overall we had a really good pace, and there was about us four who really pulled away from the other 6 or 8 of the pack, and it was unusual, but for some reason I was one of the 4 that was managed to pull away from experienced drivers like Bo and Hannah, all these really quick drivers, all these drivers that have been driving for years, and yet I managed to pull away, which was really unusual in this session. And it's not like it was the first session where they were slowing down. You know, it's the second session, but the checker flag's going to come out now. Was really happy with that result. Thumbs out to the mechanic, my dad. And that was the end of practice session 2. So if you saw that one, that session was really good, as you could see. We had really strong pace. There's around 4 of us. I know my backwards camera wasn't working, but from the front you could see that although Jake on the number 16 passed me, he had brand new tyres on, and obviously he's 3rd in the British Champs this year. Was he? I think he was going to be 3rd. But we got very good pace. There's around 4 of us, which are actually quicker than the rest of them, which is unusual because I'm one of them. And yeah, for some reason I'm actually really fast today, which is a bit of a difference. Maybe it's because it's wet and the machinery is being equalled out, I don't know, but it's going all right so far. So let's get into the first session now. It is still wet, it is drying out a bit, but it is still absolutely soaking on track. It is lightly raining now actually, but let's get into it.
Available now in race control. Thank you.
Right, so into session 3 now. Track is still wet. It stopped raining slightly, it's now just spitting, but it is still very windy, as you can probably hear whilst I'm driving. Now, coming out of the pit lane, there's a bit of a queue, because we all are trying to get out first, well some of us are, and then we're going to go side by side with Sam Ward. We're going to go around the outside of Jed on the CRG kart, and we're going to go down the inside of Hannah. And now this session was really interesting, as what you're going to see. Now you're going to see Sam just, well, gap me down straight here, but you're going to really see how this session was quite just interesting, and how it changed, and how your whole session can change from one to another. And it was pretty crazy. You can see already understeering straight down there on the penultimate corner, coming into the final corner again. You can see we're just sliding out everywhere, and unlike everyone else that's sticking to the track, we're just sliding out everywhere. Now it's not just because of the gear changes, partly maybe that. As you can see there again, we're understeering again, and we're constantly understeering around the track, as you can see already, and it's only going to get worse from here on. And get ready for another 6 minutes of just driving, trying to keep hold of the car, because really we're just wrestling the car at this point. It's probably going to be one of the worst times I felt this can't handle. So I don't know what's going to happen after this weekend. We might have to strip down the car, check what's going on, but you're going to see we haven't been passed yet, but we have been destroyed by all the half-decent ones. Well, not half-decent ones, the very, very fast ones. Not half-decent, absolute, very fast drivers. And we've still got fast drivers chasing me down. And really, I'm just sitting like a sitting duck, waiting to get passed by everyone. But at the moment, we're still driving around. And you're going to see how I'm more leaning in now, because I need to sort of lean to control the car. Try and give me that extra power over the car as I wrestle it through each corner. Now fast forward a bit, and you're going to see Hannah is going to have the first go down the inside, and we're going to get the cutback, and Minister of Defence here, we're going to be defending from Hannah and McKeown from behind her. And then coming down the inside here, we're going to see Dan, and we're going to fight here side by side. and he's going to just get ahead. Now he's a very fast driver as well. Believe he's British Championship race winner in various classes. And then if we skip on another lap down the inside again, goes Hannah Lang, as we drifted off very wide for some reason. Again, I don't know why, but she's going to get through now, and really we're just waiting to be passed by everyone else, but there's not really many people to be passed by now. And then again, this Burrell, I'm not really sure who this was. I think it was Leo Robinson, TKM British champion, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Don't fault me for that, but I believe that is the last person who's going to pass me now. I think there was only another couple that could have passed me, but again, it was really confusing why we lost so much time and what was going on, because you can see how my line is better through there. You know, we can see how we're catching up, but we just don't have the grip. As you see again, it's just sliding out, whereas his kart's sticking and where everyone else's karts are sticking. So not really sure what happened there. We might need to go back to the drawing board, check out what we're doing with the setup. But again, trying different lines, trying to test it out, trying to get more grip, but we're just really struggling for grip. And again, I'm just not sure why. See there, understeering again. Now, one line I did do which was different was going around the outside, going wider there and cutting back in. Now I felt that really worked much better for me, and I was quicker out the corner than anyone else. But that is the end of that session, the last session on GoPro. Unfortunately, the next one didn't work, and then after that I rage quitted, went home and called it a day. Alright, so we're now on lunch break. It looks again like it's getting more cloudy, like there could be a chance of rain again, which is sort of what I want, because in that session, as you saw, it was drying out, and yeah, with just pace was like going backwards. So it was annoying after the second session where we were really fast, and the first session again where we were really fast, where we're now going backwards again, and it's, yeah, but it is what it is. So we're on lunch break now, then we've got another session, then hopefully another session after that. So we've got 2 more sessions after this. Let's get into session 4. Alright, so for some reason my GoPro's playing up and it barely recorded anything. But that was not the best session at all. Again, losing pace, just going backwards, which is more annoying than being. It's more annoying to start off good and bad than to, you know, start off bad and end off good, obviously, or even just start end bad and start bad, you know, because it's just like having that feeling of having a really good start to then just dropping, and it's just frustrating. So it is what it is, but that is our final session now, because my tyres are done. I mean, I get that is one factor. Lots of people had brand new tyres on, and we had used tyres on, and maybe that was one of the factors, but again, it's annoying. But we'll be out. We've got lots of new videos planned. We've got an engine, we've got the livery on as well. If you've seen that on my Instagram or my TikTok, then if you haven't, make sure to follow on my Instagram or TikTok, both preferably, and yeah, you can see it before you guys do. So if you enjoyed, remember, like and subscribe so you can see more videos where I get pissed off with my racing. So again, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.